Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Who is Electra Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful? Get ready, RJ. Joshua Hoffman, another young adult Forrester, is headed to Los Angeles. That's right. Ahead of November sweeps, The Bold and the Beautiful is introducing a new Forrester into the mix. Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, will accompany her aunt, Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, as they appear at Forrester Creations. We believe that Electra will be the new Luna, Lisa Yamada, and will revive the struggling young adult scene. Sparks will fly, complicating matters as more than one eligible man will be interested in the young intern. Here's what we know about Electra and the actress playing her on The Bold and the Beautiful. As mentioned above, Electra is Ivy's niece. That means she stems from the John Forrester, Fred Willard line. John is Eric's, John McCook, brother, making Electra his grandniece. There is no blood relation to her regarding RG or Zende de Metz, as they don't have Forrester blood running through their veins. However, they are treated no differently. To Eric Ridge, Thorsten K. is his son, and Zen's adoption doesn't change anything. Presumably, Electra will be working at Forrester. She will likely be an intern based on The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for next week. We know there will be a connection between Electra and Will Crew Morrow. They bump into each other at Forrester, literally, and their connection is instant. Will told Bill, Don Diamond, that he wanted to intern because of the girls, and it seems he may have found the one who was worth it. We bet Dollar Bill won't be thrilled. It is a Forrester lady, though. Linnea Grace is a daytime TV newbie who has been in the business modeling for a while. She was in a music video for Avicii and did commercial work for Old Navy. Linnea is just 20, which makes her the perfect age to enter the young adult scene on The Bold and the Beautiful. The actress has been active on Instagram, often sharing fun shots from modeling shoots, selfies, and other fun activities she has done. Her debut will be Tuesday, October 22, but expect to see more of her as November sweeps kick off the following week. Linnea isn't doing a short stint, as Electra will be around for a while based on whether things appear to be headed. Electra Forrester, her name alone had the power to spark curiosity, even among the most seasoned denizens of Los Angeles' glittering fashion scene. A name like Electra evokes electricity, a jolt of energy, and she embodied that essence with every move she made. But who was Electra Forrester, and how does she become such a force in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful? The truth is, she wasn't just another model, designer, or socialite orbiting Forrester Creations. No, she was something much more dangerous and unpredictable. A wild card in a family already accustomed to intrigue, betrayal, and high-stakes drama. Electra was the estranged daughter of the elusive Stephen Forrester, Eric Forrester's long-lost brother who had spent years in self-imposed exile after a bitter falling out with the family. Electra had grown up hearing stories of the Forresters, but from her father's jaded perspective. She was raised far from the opulent life of Beverly Hills, spending her formative years in the bustling and rough-edged streets of New York City, where her father had made a modest name for himself in the world of art dealing. While Stephen had tried to shield her from the fashion empire he had left behind, Electra had always been drawn to the world of luxury, design, and intrigue that the Forrester name represented. Despite her father's efforts to keep her at arm's length from the family he so despised, fate had other plans. Electra's talents, like the creative brilliance that ran through Forrester blood, couldn't be contained. By her early 20s, she had become a rising star in the underground fashion scene of New York, known for her avant-garde designs and her defiant attitude toward tradition. Her work was provocative, raw, and completely unorthodox, shaking the industry in a way that made even the most established designers take notice. Rumors started to swirl about her identity, especially when people noticed her uncanny resemblance to the Forrester clan. her piercing blue eyes and high cheekbones a mirror image of her famed cousins. It wasn't long before Ridge Forrester, the sharp-eyed patriarch of Forrester Creations, took notice of her. At first, he was intrigued by her work, seeing in her designs a boldness that was missing in the more polished, refined world of Forrester. But as Ridge dug deeper, he discovered her identity, realizing that this young, rebellious designer was more than just a fresh face in fashion. She was a Forrester by blood. When Electra was summoned to Los Angeles by Ridge, her father's warnings about the family's deceitful nature echoed in her mind. Stefan had always warned her to steer clear of the Forresters, describing them as manipulators who would use anyone, even their own blood, for their own gain. But Electra had never been one to follow anyone's rules, not even her father's. The allure of the Forrester dynasty was too tempting, the opportunity to carve out her own legacy too tantalizing to resist. Her arrival in Los Angeles sent shockwaves through the family. Eric, patriarch of the Forrester clan, was blindsided by the revelation of his brother's daughter. While his initial reaction was one of warmth, the reunion was not without complications. Electra was not your typical Forrester after all. She wasn't interested in falling in line with the family's traditions, nor was she looking for a seat at the Forrester Creations table. Her goal was far more personal. Electra wanted to redefine what it meant to be a Forrester. And if that meant tearing down some of the old structures that had been in place for decades, so be it. Electra's presence immediately began to stir conflict. Brooke Logan, forever a pivotal figure in Forrester drama, saw her as a threat. She suspected that Electra's sudden appearance was no coincidence and believed she had ulterior motives. Brooke, ever the strategist, warned Ridge to be cautious, but Ridge was drawn to Electra's fire. She reminded him of a younger version of himself, brash, unapologetic, and driven by a passion for creation that couldn't be tamed. Their bond quickly deepened, much to the chagrin of others in the family. Steffi Forrester, Ridge's fiercely loyal daughter, was initially wary of Electra. Though the two were cousins, Steffi wasn't sure how Electra's rebellious streak would fit into the carefully curated image of Forrester Creations. Steffi had fought tooth and nail to protect the company from outsiders and was suspicious of anyone who might shake its foundations. But even Steffi couldn't help but be drawn to Electra's raw talent and undeniable charisma. The two women formed an uneasy alliance, their relationship teetering between rivalry and mutual respect. Then there was Thomas Forrester, Ridge's son, whose tumultuous personal life had made him vulnerable to new influences. Thomas, struggling to rebuild his reputation after several scandals, saw in Electra a kindred spirit. They were both outliers in the family, both willing to push boundaries and defy expectations. Thomas and Electra's connection grew quickly, their shared intensity evolving into something more than just professional admiration. This bond, however, would set the stage for even more tension within the Forrester family, as it became clear that Electra wasn't just here to design clothes, she was here to upend the family dynamic itself. As Electra settled into her new life in Los Angeles, she found herself torn between two worlds, the gritty, rebellious world she had known in New York, and the polished, high-fashion realm of Forrester Creations. She didn't fit neatly into either, and that was just the way she liked it. She was determined to do things her own way, even if it meant challenging everything the Forresters stood for. Her vision for the future of fashion clashed with the more traditional approach of her relatives, creating a rift that threatened to pull the family apart. But perhaps Electra's greatest challenge lay not in the world of fashion, but in her own identity. For so long, she had defined herself as an outsider, someone separate from the family legacy that both repelled and attracted her. Now, she was faced with the choice of whether to embrace the Forrester name or forge her own path. As the tensions within the family escalated, Electra realized that the only way to truly claim her place in the world was to confront the past she had tried so hard to outrun. including her complicated relationship with her father, Stefan. In the glamorous, cutthroat world of the bold and the beautiful, Electra Forrester was a breath of fresh air, fierce, unpredictable, and unapologetically herself. As she navigated the treacherous waters of family loyalty, business rivalries, and forbidden passions, one thing was certain: Electra was here to stay, and the Forrester family would never be the same again.